Okay, hey everyone. My name is Marilyn Sorensen, and I am your hostess and also your partner in play and purpose with Soul Safari. So, welcome. We're going to give you a preview for those of you who are interested to learn more about our Christmas in Kenya Soul Safari that is coming up. So, let me pull up. There we go. So if you do have any questions, we will have a question and answer section at the end. And of course, if you're watching this at a later time, go ahead and private message me and I will be happy to answer any of your questions that you have about Christmas in Kenya Soul Safari or upcoming Soul Safaris. We have, I believe, 9 others that are planned for 2019, including Soul Safari in Porto, Portugal. So we are very committed with Soul Safari to making magic and memories while we pay it forward in our projects. So a Soul Safari, it is about really eco and voluntourism. This one is going to be based in Kenya for Christmas 2018. We had a request from one of our friends in the States who wanted to bring her family to Kenya for the holidays. And since then, we've had some of you reach out, people who said, hey, by the way, I'm divorced this year. I don't get my kids for the holidays. I don't want to sit home alone. Or, oh my goodness, you know, Africa is on my bucket list and I want to make sure that I have some magic and memories over the holidays. So I am your partner in purpose. My name is Marilyn Sorensen. I have been living here in Kenya for going on 4 years now. It's kind of crazy. About ready to start my, anniversary, November 4th, when I moved here in 2015. So we are here in Kenya. We are boots on the ground, hands in the dirt. This is our home. This is our own backyard. So we are honored and privileged to welcome you here to Kenya. And as we say in Swahili, Karibu Kenya. Welcome to Kenya. This is the national flag for Kenya. The logo in the center, or it's actually a Maasai shield. And I live in Maasai country. There are 42 tribes here in Kenya, and Maasai is one of the tribes. So here are some of the details. This Christmas in Kenya Soul Safari begins December 22nd and ends January 3rd, although we know that we will be making magic and memories to last a lifetime while you're here. It is about voluntourism. So yes, well, there'll be lots of fun because you're going to celebrate not only Christmas, but also New Year's here in Kenya. So we will have a lot of fun, but there will be a little bit of volunteering as well. We will be visiting 3 different areas in Kenya. We will focus on our Pay It Forward projects, our humanitarian efforts here, and we're also going to talk about our question and answers that you might have as well. So where in the world is Kenya? Kenya is actually on the east coast of the continent of Africa. Yes, coast. We will be visiting the coast. So we do have our neighbors, Tanzania to the south, Uganda to west, to the west, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Somalia as our neighbors. A couple of fun facts about Kenya. We do lie on the equator, which makes for some really beautiful weather. It's warm and tropical here, especially in December and January. It tends to be some of the warmer months. Kenya is voted the best place for safari. Again, the Masai Mara, where I live near, was rated the #1 place to come on safari in the world, or Africa. We export tea and coffee. Swahili and English are spoken here. So Swahili is the national language. English is the international language. There are international yachting competitions on the coast. Kenya gained its independence in 1963. So it is still considered one of the developing countries in the world. And most people are surprised to learn that we have stunning white sand beaches, which we're going to show you some pictures of since I was there just 2 weeks ago. There you go. These are the white sand beaches of Mombasa and Diani. Yes, it is tropical. No, Africa is not a whole desert. And we are Kenya, which is a country in Africa. So you can see kite surfing is actually a very popular activity on the coast. And we're going to talk more and give you more beautiful, stunning pictures of what the coast looks like as we go along. So what can you expect in your Soul Safari experience here in Kenya? We do make 2 guarantees. We always have on a Soul Safari. Number 1, you will never be the same. And number 2, you will likely fall in love with some children that you can't bring home. But you're more than welcome to love on them. There will be lots of children around, a lot of cute Kenya kiddos while we are on our Soul Safari Christmas in Kenya. There is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So we are going to have this epic adventure together. We currently have, I believe, 5 people that are registered, and we have a few spots that are still open for you. So the travel requirements, that's usually one of the questions that people have. If you are not as versed at traveling internationally, or if you love to pack your bags and come. You do need a passport from the country of origin. Most of the time it takes about 2 weeks to issue one of those in the United States. So if you don't have your passport, run by your local post office today, pick up an application to fill that out. You will also need a visa to enter Kenya. You can apply for that online prior. It costs about $53. We give you all of the step-by-step instructions on how to do that, or you can bring a crispy $50 bill and apply for it upon arrival. Either way, we'll help you with that to make sure that you're ready to have that passport stamped. The first travel day would be December 22nd. We will, our travel concierge team does have travel watches and flight trackers for the best prices with the shortest amount of travel time to depart from your favorite airport. So the travel day to leave your neck of the woods to get here to Kenya is December 22nd. Karibu, again, is the Swahili word for welcome. Welcome to Kenya. You will arrive at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The airport code is NBO. So Jomo Kenyatta International, where you will then make your way through immigration, get your visa and your passport stamped. We give you all the details. We help you get very prepared for this experience. You'll pick up your luggage off the luggage carousel and then make your way to customs to start your Soul Safari adventure. The first day, so when you arrive, you will be arriving the evening of the 23rd. So usually most flights from the US, if you're coming from the US, arrive somewhere between 8:50 and 9:50 at night. That's when we recommend you arrive as well. Also a travel tip, if you're traveling somewhere that has more than a 4-hour time difference, I always recommend arriving in the afternoon or evening. It's much easier to acclimate to your new time zone. So you get in the evening here in Kenya, you have a good night's sleep, and then we have a delicious breakfast in the morning before we go to hug on baby elephants. Yep, you got it. Orphaned baby elephants who are taken care of at the Sheldrick Orphanage, the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust. So it's one of our highlights. We love seeing the baby elephants here at Soul Safari. We actually have adopted some of them, and so it's fun for us to go see them in the mornings and an afternoon visit when we can see them come into their pens at night and get covered by a blanket and sleep with their handlers. Then the next day, we are going to start making our way to the world famous Masai Mara. Yep, we are going to spend safari for Christmas Day. So it is voted again the #1 place. We just received that award recently, a few weeks ago, as the #1 place in Africa to come for safari. So Christmasi Njema, that means Merry Christmas in Swahili. We will spend that not only with one of the most remote tribes left on the planet, but with the animals. So yes, it is Lion King Live. Many of you have reached out to say, oh my goodness, zebras are my favorite. I just cannot get enough of them. There will be hundreds and hundreds of zebras, as well as cheetahs, the king of the jungle himself, lions, giraffes. I know a lot of you, your favorite animal is Ellie's, the big African elephant. Leopards, which are one of my favorite animals. Some people come here for years and years trying to spot the leopard. But we have the best safari guides in the country, and every time we get to see the leopards. They're an extraordinarily majestic animal, and we're really excited for you to see them for the first time. Also, hippos. Hippos are a much bigger animal than you would imagine, or at least than I imagined before I saw them in their own environment. Again, this is a picture of Scar. He's one of the famous lions here on the Masai Mara. Yes, there is a real life Scar. Herds of giraffe. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, with our latest Soul Safari group, we saw a herd of 25 plus giraffes. Again, here's an up-close picture recently, just 2 weeks ago, of the gorgeous leopard. And like I mentioned before, Maasai warriors. Part of the first part of your Soul Safari will be to go to a real working Maasai village out on the Masai Mara. One of our favorite villages we go to is a home of over 250 people in a tribe there. And we get to experience them doing their traditional jumping and dancing and singing, as well as learn more about their daily traditions. Meet with not just the warriors, but also the lovely ladies that live there as well. We get to meet a lot of the kids that are in the village. The men will also show us how they start fire, how the houses or minyatas, dung huts, are created. And leading up to this experience, we want to make sure that you're prepared. So we have lots of tip training webinars, from things like how to pack light, how to pack smart, what to leave if you want to bring donations, because we are Soul Safari and we do support Harambee Humanitarian in a lot of our Pay It Forward projects. So we're going to help you get prepared. We're going to talk about vaccinations, malaria, how to avoid it, or as we call mosquito avoidance. Luckily, we're not going to really any hot spots where malaria is, but we want to make sure that you're prepared and that you have peace of mind with any questions that you might have. So let's talk some more about the coast of Kenya. That is the second part of our Soul Safari Christmas in Kenya. So here is another picture I took just days ago on the beaches of Diani. So we love to go and take our guests to the private beaches where there are very few tourists or locals, and so that you can really enjoy the warm breezes and the warm water of the Indian Ocean, where we will also be traveling sometimes by tuk-tuk. That's in the bottom right-hand corner. Tuk-tuks are really fun motorized vehicles that get us to and from the beaches and around town. Here's a look on the left at the entrance to one of the glorious private beaches that we take our guests, so that you can enjoy this time. One of the things that we'll be doing is actually taking a glass bottom boat out onto the ocean so that you can experience the sea life there, see the coral reefs, the sands, and enjoy some of the marine life as well. So I've mentioned a couple times, we do have Pay It Forward projects that we are always trying to benefit. And so let's talk about some of those that we will be supporting while we are here celebrating Christmas and New Year's. So we say you have two hands, one to help yourself and the second to help others. The feeding station is a really popular project that we celebrate on a Soul Good Sunday. So every Sunday, our friends at Mombasa Cement in Mombasa, which is near Diani Beach, where we will be, they provide food and beverages for, let's see, we were there 2 weeks ago, and on the Sunday we were there, we fed over 8,900 people. So children's, mothers with children, young people walk miles and miles sometimes every Sunday to fill their bag with enough food. So you see some of our volunteers there filling their big sacks with enough food to take home to 4 people. That could include fruits, corn flour, rice, biscuits or cookies, drinks, juices, scones or rolls, whatever food has been donated. So we spend our Soul Good Sunday helping others. So we do our humanitarian work and serve by filling those bags for quite a few hours. And then we sit down as a group and enjoy some delicious food from the organizers at Mombasa Cement, who are Mohindi or Indian. So their traditional foods are fabulous. It's one of my favorites. And it's just such an honor and privilege to be part of a project that is making such an impact. When the owners of Mombasa Cement saw that there were so many children that were not confidently having food on a regular basis. And so they provided a resource for that. And we're always happy to lend our hands to help out. Also, our Days for Girls International Project. Here in Narak County, we support the Rotian Days for Girls. Days for Girls is an opportunity for girls to stay in school by the simple solution of providing them with a washable sanitary kit, aka a menstrual kit. So in Kenya, it went from 25% of girls to 3% of girls were dropping out because they simply didn't have access to sanitary supplies. They were taking things like socks and filling them with sand or dirt or dung. They were taking disposable pads and using them over and over. They were taking old sponges or pieces of mattresses or old t-shirts and using those, and oftentimes getting infections or not having supplies at all, and either being manipulated or misused by people when they would ask for money for supplies, or they're just simply missing school. So by simply providing a washable sanitary kit that includes what you see here, a drawstring bag, 2 shields that wrap around the panty, 8 trifold pads or liners, 2 panties, some soap, and a washcloth. This is a simple solution to helping girls avoid dropping out of school, getting behind, female genital mutilation, which is a concern in this country, or early marriage. So we do fundraising with the help of you that will be coming, and those of you that would like to just contribute. And we help raise $10 per kit. That helps a girl stay in school. A kit usually lasts 3 or more years when taken care of properly. And as you can see, it makes a big difference for these girls. Another project that we will be doing while you're here celebrating Christmas in Kenya is a collaboration with our friends at Tiny Tim's Toy Foundation out of West Jordan, Utah. They provide us hundreds and hundreds of handmade wooden toys for children. So these are a group of fabulous grandpas. Most of the men are about 80 years old or older, and they spend their time in a workshop making hardwood cars and trucks, toys made out of wood. We bring them with us here, and then we deliver happiness to the kids in the communities that we will be traveling to. So this is a really fun opportunity for us to witness the simple joy of a toy. These are some of the kiddos that received toys just 2 weeks ago. Food. That's right. Most of you ask, what is the food like? You're worried that you're going to be eating slugs and bugs. Nope, we do not feed you that, and you will not starve on your soul safari. In fact, it's one of the biggest feedbacks that we get from our previous guests is how easily they fall in love with the food here in Kenya. This is a typical dish. On the left, you actually see cabbage and carrots that have been sauteed. The pile of white in the middle is actually called ugali. Ugali is made from corn maize flour here. It is called the African cake, and it's oftentimes what is scooped and used as a tool to eat. You'll also experience kales or spinach, meat. So this is a great beef stew in the center. Githeri might be tried as well. It's maize and beans, and it could be dania or cilantro. Bhaji is one of my favorites. These are fried potatoes that have been lightly battered, kind of like a tempura batter. Chapati, for those of you that are familiar with Cafe Rio or Costa Vida tortillas, it's like a very thick Mexican tortilla that's light and flaky. It's kind of a bread that is eaten a lot here in Kenya. Kachumburi is one of my favorites. If you're a fan of pico de gallo, you will love kachumburi. It is very similar to that. In December, luckily you guys are coming when it is also going to probably be mango season. So mangoes, avocados, those are fingerling bananas in the picture. Those are smaller bananas, but man, if you haven't ever had a banana from Kenya, you haven't tasted the true flavor of a real banana. Let's see, this is a beef steak. So beef here, the nice thing about food in Kenya is there is no GMO. It's locally grown, mostly organic, happy, free range, saying to animals that have a sweetness to them. So this is beef steak with sauteed onions, cabbage, spinach, and a rice called pilau. It would remind you of Indian food a little bit. It is made with cinnamon and turmeric, not spicy at all, but very flavorful. Lots of jam-packed flavors. Samosas, I make sure that those are on the menu. These are meat pockets, either ground chicken or ground beef with really beautiful savory spices. Those are delicious. Oftentimes, by the way, I'll have those served with guacamole, some of the best avocados I've ever had on the planet that are huge and sweet. Avocados are definitely a fruit here because they have a sweetness, a fruitiness. So we promise we won't starve you. You will get 3 or more meals per day, a big breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, even on safari. Yes, we have picnic lunches on safari. So be prepared to enjoy delicious foods, plenty of snacks, and what else is included? So of course, arrival assistance at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We will be there, our welcome team. You won't be able to miss us. We'll be looking for you. A double or twin sharing, standard rooms in each of the guest house that we'll be staying at or lodge. We will be staying at a safari lodge while we are on safari in the Masai Mara. If you are someone who would prefer to stay single, there is a single supplementation. What that means is there's a little bit extra fee, and we can arrange for you to have a single private room if you so choose to. Most of your meals are included. The only meals that really aren't are on the last day. We have one day in Nairobi on our way to the airport, and of course, whatever meals you have in the airport. The Madaraka Express. So how are we going to get to and fro? So we will either have ground transportation once you're in the country, or the Madaraka Express from Nairobi to Mombasa, to the coast. It is first class tickets and travel, and it's a very comfortable and luxurious experience traveling by train. Your ground transportation throughout is included. Also, your entrance fee for your game drive or safari, that is included on both of the days that we will be experiencing safari, otherwise known as Lion King Live. Also, your fees to the elephant orphanage, so you can go hug and kiss on baby elephants, as well as the giraffe center, up close and personal with the Radcliffe giraffes. Also, many of you wonder, what about the water situation? We've heard that you can't drink the water. No, you don't need to drink the water from the tap, although most of the time it is filtered water. But we do provide you at least 3 liters of filtered bottled water every day. If you need more, of course, more can be provided. Your safari guides who will help us get up close and personal with all of the animals, that's included, as well as unlimited hugs, laughter, and memories that will last a lifetime. So let's talk about what's not included. What's your responsibility? Your cell service. If you're someone that needs to be on your cell service, we'll, of course, in our travel training webinars, help you talk to your cell phone provider to let them know you're traveling to Kenya if you do need service, or text messaging. Although you will more than likely have access to Wi-Fi on a regular basis, pretty much every day, although we encourage you to unplug as much as possible, really be fully present with the beautiful people who are here to be heart wide open with you, giving you a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Shopping. Any shopping that you plan to do, a lot of people here or a lot of guests that come really enjoy taking home wooden masks, ebony carvings of animals, beaded sandals, diras, which are kind of like a muumuu, spears, knives, Maasai shields. We'll go over all of the fabulous items. Oh, soapstone carvings, all of those things. Whatever you would like to bring, that's up to you. Travel insurance, if you should choose to use that, that is on your own. We'll make recommendations on travel insurance companies that we find reputable. If you do choose any vaccinations, which are completely optional, there are no vaccinations, by the way, that are required to enter Kenya. If you do choose any of those, though, or need to update any of your vaccinations, that's up to you, as well as any medications that you might currently be on or be on when you come to Kenya. That's out of your own pocket. Laundry service is provided for you. We show you how to pack light, but if you want to pack light and just have your laundry done mid-trip, it is about a $4 cost. Airfare, like I said, our travel concierge team is happy to help you find the best price at the smallest amount of travel time, but that's on top of the price of the trip to come. So grab your spot. We have 4 spots available right now. This is a popular trip. It's going to be fun, especially for those of you that are already dreading the winter weather. You're ready for an epic adventure. You can go to the link right on the screen to make your deposit and grab your spot. The deposit is $750, and then we'll make payment arrangements whether you want, or if you just want a lump sum payment, we can arrange that too. So 4 spots available, the more the merrier. If you have any questions, of course, let me know. Reach out to me in private message on Messenger or on Instagram, or you can reach me at Marilyn, MARILYN, at MarilynKnows, KNOWS.com. We'd be happy to answer any questions for you. On that note, this is one of the glorious sunsets on the Masai Mara. They are epic. This is one of the umbrella acacia trees that you see like National Geographic, right? So we're very excited to welcome you to Kenya, especially to celebrate Christmas and New Year's in Kenya. We have a lot of fun things planned on those special days and throughout the country as we make magic and memories, as we serve shoulder to shoulder with the beautiful people of Kenya. So we believe that you must take adventures in order to know where you truly belong. So it's our opportunity, our pleasure to have you come and join us Christmas in Kenya, as well as New Year's. Christmasi Njema is what we say in Swahili. Merry Christmas and welcome to Soul Safari. If you guys have any questions, you can pop them in right now. Haven't seen any come through. And again, for those of you that might be viewing this after the live, you're looking at this as a recording, feel free, again, to reach out to me, private message me, email me with any questions that you might have. Happy to answer those, or pop on a live video call with you and answer questions for you or any of your family members that might be interested. Okay, so if there's no questions, I'll stop the recording and post this for you, those of you that said that you couldn't be here live and wanted the recording of it. And again, if it's not Christmas in Kenya 2018, we do have more Soul Safaris that are planned for 2019, planned for families, women only, and we already have our dates for Soul Safari Porto Portugal. So welcome to the big adventure, you guys. Hope you're having a fabulous day in your neck of the woods. Big hugs to you, and we'll see you soon.